Someone I really admire as a leader is Lee Kuan Yew, who could be called the founding father of Singapore. He took the long-term view and didn't let practicality stand in the way of getting the country where it should be. And not many people can say they turned a third world country into a first world superpower in a few decades.
Okay, if we're talking a political leader I admire the most and why, it would probably be Margaret Thatcher. Not based on her conservative political ideology, because that is contrary to the socialist upbringing I had and very left-wing upbringing I had because of my dad in London, but as a woman and as a driving force, and you know, literally the iron will that she had, and as a woman in a male-dominated environment, and she brought the nation to its knees. In the same vein, Benazir Bhutto, I think, you know, again, a woman in a male-dominated society, you know, carrying on her father's legacy and her husband's legacy. If it were to be somebody inspirational, it would be Toni Morrison, who I think is the greatest writer living today. That's a woman, by the way. Toni Morrison being and she's a black feminist writer, although she wouldn't classify herself as such. But, you know, I think the greatest spokesman for human experience writing today. Now that all these people are women, and that's a common thread, which I probably don't need to comment on.
The person I admire the most, I think, was Muhammad Ali. And the reason I admired him because he came from Nashville, Tennessee. He came from a pretty rough area in the town, and he worked his way up. He was always confident in everything he did. He loved himself, but everything he spoke about, he did.
Awesome. So who is a leader you look up to and why?
Leader I look up to is Sam Dawson, probably because he works hard at the gym, and he teaches me that if I put in the effort, then I'll get some reward in my rugby, so yeah.
That's your man.
You go first.
You first.
A leader that I admire Richie McCaw, because he's a top bloke. He goes to the gym.
I probably admire my dad due to the fact that he's been through my hockey my whole life and learnt some valuable facts from that man. He's just a great guy in general, eh? Thanks.
The person that I admire the most would probably be, obviously, the cookie. It's the old, what's his name, Jamie Oliver. And it's because he's done that revolution in British schools. You know, he's turned it all around because they eat cocoa really, and he's turned it into how we eat here. Salads, and changed all the menus around. He's also done it over in America, so I think that's quite good. That's who I admire the most. Okay?
My dad.
Oh, yes, so your dad's quite big.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why? Because he lets me go on the iPad when I haven't done something good for him.
Probably the person who I admire and who's had the biggest influence in my career and in my life is a lecturer I had at university called Eric Bryce. He was already at retirement age when he was teaching me, but he not only inspired me to be a music educator, but also inspired me to be a good musician, because one of his philosophies was that we need to be able to practice what we preach. As music educators, we need to be able to show what we can do as well as teach it. And so he really took me under his wing, and he taught me how to conduct, he taught me how to compose, he taught me how to arrange music. He taught me how to teach music classes where students have as much input into what happens in the class, and to basically not control the classes, but let classes evolve naturally and let people explore their own musicality. And I've really taken that on board as part of my career, for my whole career. And yeah, and he's just been such a big influence. And everything that I do, I think to myself, well, would Eric do that? Is that how he would do it? And that's, yeah, it's been such a major part of my life as a music educator.
Another good guy, but I think Edmund Hillary, because I think he's done a huge amount for New Zealand, And he's done a huge amount for New Zealand youth because he's got his, I mean, you guys go up to, what do you call it? What's the outdoor education?
EOTC?
EOTC, yeah.
EOTC.
Yeah, EOPC. What is it? So, yeah, that's all Edmund Hillary. Yeah, fantastic. Enough?
A leader I admire is the ex-All Black captain Graham Murray, because of the way during the 1981 Springbok tour he took a stand and said, I'm not going to play in this tour because I don't support apartheid. And I think he's just a really selfless person, and that's something that makes him a really good leader.
That's great.
Get a good feeling, yeah. Get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah.